No, may sakamo.
In this video, I'm going to be talking about the multiple effects of quinoa on many different cancer markers. So the first one is GM-CSF. There are different effects if GM-CSF are either high or low. And usually GM-CSF, it's better to be kept somewhere around the middle. So this is where quinoa comes in and really helps, because if GM-CSF is high, then that means that CAFs are going to be high as well, short for cancer-associated fibroblasts, and this pushes inflammatory CAFs into supporting the tumors in various different ways. So another critical issue with CAFs and GM-CSF is that it sustains NF-κB. If that goes on too long, then it's like a fog that blunts immune synapse formation, uh, which is not good for immune cells, because immune cells, they need the synapse formation to literally like attack cancer cells to target them. But quinoa helps by lowering GM-CSF. So it shifts the GM-CSF, therefore lowering CAF-mediated arginine and cholesterol scavenging. Because CAF, so they steal arginine, or they help, as well as scavenging cholesterol, so that the tumors can load up cholesterol. Uh, Basically, also, arginine is taken away from immune cells by CAFs, and immune cells need arginine. So this happens because of a high GM-CSF, but quinoa stops that arginine stealing and allows the arginine to stay for the immune cells. So when GM-CSF is low, macrophages, they become like quiet janitors. That's like their default job, and they engulf debris without triggering alarms. They digest and recycle cellular components while avoiding cytokine spillover. They also preserve membrane order and nutrient balance. Okay, so macrophages, they engulf all sorts of different types of debris, and there are consequences if the debris are not cleared. Like, for example, the first one, macrophages clean up cholesterol crystals. If those cholesterol crystals are not cleared, that will lead to lysosomal membrane rupture, possibly leading to lysosome dysfunction and lysosomal membrane peroxidation, which is not good. And that goes to show that macrophages are a critical part of the immune system, because if lysosomes are ruptured, then they can't degrade exosomes. And then that means that uh, tumors will end up receiving the exosomes and leading to major catastrophic immune destabilization if the tumors do get the exosomes. So macrophages help prevent that. But there's a problem with if the GM-CSF gets too low, is that the cholesterol gets trapped in lysosomes instead of being cleared. This is because that macrophages, they have less NPC1, NPC2 receptors, therefore reducing cholesterol trafficking capability of the macrophages. Also, less ABCA1, ABCG1 cholesterol efflux receptors on the macrophages as well. So the GM-CSF can't be too low. It has to be just right in the middle. But if the GM-CSF overshoots or is too high, then that's going to lead to immune destabilization. Now, it's critical for the GM-CSF to be just at the right level so that the macrophages can clean up and engulf the cholesterol crystals. This is because if cholesterol crystals are rupturing the lysosomal membrane, then the cathepsins will start to leak from the lysosome. And that's not good because the lysosome needs cathepsins to degrade exosomes so that the tumors do not receive the exosomes. So, also, another issue with excess cholesterol, if the macrophages are not clearing it up, is that this prevents the MVB sacs fusing to the lysosomal membrane instead of the MVB sacs fusing to the plasma membrane. Because if the MVBs fuse to the plasma membrane, then the tumors will get the exosomes, which is to be prevented. So cholesterol stiffening, if the cholesterol is excessive, prevents the snare zipping, SNARE, uh, because the snare is needed for the lysosome uh, so that the MVB sacs will fuse to the lysosome, and also blocks curvature-dependent fusion events. This means that the MVB sacs can't fuse to the lysosome. Okay, now engulfing for macrophages and quiet engulfing is metabolically expensive, meaning that it does require vitamins and minerals. So the first one here is vitamin D for efferocytosis receptors. Now, the vitamin D receptors have to work as well for the vitamin D to be able to be activated. There are things that can damage the receptors, such as cadmium heavy metals, for example, but that's a whole another rabbit hole for a different video. Also, vitamin A is also needed for a proper phagocytosis engulfing of macrophages to clean up the debris. Um, also, vitamin A also requires iron because iron helps vitamin A to function correctly. But a lysosome has to be functional. There can't be lysosomal membrane peroxidation, or else the iron will not be able to be processed because the lysosome is an iron processing plant or factory. If iron can't be processed by lysosome, then there's no vitamin A. Vitamin C is also needed for reactive oxygen species buffering, but also to keep iron in a stabilized form, which is Fe2 iron and not Fe3 iron. Because if the iron is not stabilized, then the vitamin A will not be able to help the it's called the phagosome closure, but that's a different topic for a different video. Next ones are B vitamins, B2, B3, B5, which are water soluble. So water will be needed is for lysosomal ATP supply. ATP is a form of energy. So without the ATP, the lysosomes possibly can't degrade exosomes. Also, nutritional yeast is a great supply of B vitamins. Next is a choline from eggs for new membranes for the macrophages. Eggs can be problematic because of the choline causing TMAO. TMAO is basically heart risk. A good way to lower the TMAO is with oranges, because oranges lowers the TMAO producing gut bacteria, allowing the choline to be able to function without the heart risk. Also, some other ones here are vitamin E and omega 9 and omega 3 balance for flexible non inflammatory membranes. Okay, so a quick recap: macrophages are quiet janitors. As an analogy, when GM-CSF is low, if GM-CSF is too low, macrophages fail to engulf cholesterol crystals, leading to cholesterol loading into lysosomes, causing lysosomal rupture. Vitamins needed for proper engulfing of macrophages, or in other words, phagocytosis: vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin C, B vitamins. Also, quinoa lowers GM-CSF. So that's it for the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.